Have you ever had a moment where someone told you you couldn't do something and every cell in your body lit up and said, "Watch me"? I had one of those moments a couple of years ago, and it changed everything for me professionally, and I'm so grateful for it. This month marks 2 years since I bet on myself and launched my own consulting business. For years, I had led another consulting business owned by someone else who viewed himself primarily as a financial investor. He didn't contribute at all to strategy or growth or revenue. He wanted me to lead the charge on that, and I did, and I loved it. I love the work. I loved my team, a team I had built, but I didn't own it, and I felt that every single day, particularly as I started to get more and more antsy about having my own thing. So I tried to buy the business. I made some offers, but we couldn't reach an agreement. So in the middle of a tough conversation on a random Wednesday, I'm in this place of knowing that I want to build something different on my own. And there was a conversation that changed everything. As I was describing that, he asked me, well, what do you mean? What would you do if you weren't working here? Tells you how much he knew about me. I said, well, I will continue to do the work I've done for over 20 years, like my craft, executive coaching, executive team, and leadership development. And he asked, well, on your own? So I said, of course. And he looked at me with all seriousness and said, yeah, I just don't think you'll be able to do that. And I felt it in my whole body, every single cell. It wasn't devastation. It wasn't doubt. It was this feeling of freaking watch me. And I did. So we very quickly from that conversation moved towards my exit. I built my plan. I launched. And 2 years later, here I sit, building an empire, doing meaningful work with an incredible team and incredible clients, growing a business, abundant empowerment with our name on the door and on the wall in our beautiful office space. And I want to be clear about something, so please hear this. The doubt of this one person did not create my courage. My courage and my desire were there. What that moment did was remove any remaining hesitation I had about using it. Sometimes the most clarifying thing that can happen is someone telling you that you can't. Not because their doubt is true, but because your response to it tells you everything you need to know about how ready you actually are. That was the case for me in that moment. And here is the leadership lesson in that for all of us. At some point on every meaningful journey, there will be a voice from outside or from within that questions whether you are capable, whether you are enough, whether the bet is worth making. And in that moment, you will find out what you are made of. I found out in that moment, not by proving the doubter wrong. That's not what this is about. This is not about him. This is about listening to the part of you that rises up and says, I know what I am capable of. I know what I have built. I know where I'm going. And nothing you say changes that. That is fierceness, not aggression, not bravado, just a deep, unshakable knowing of your own worth and your own direction. Whew, I feel that. I'm so grateful for that lesson. So here is your reflection for today. Where in your life or your leadership are you waiting for someone else to believe in you before you fully believe in yourself? What would change if you stopped waiting? You are further along than you think. You have built more than you are giving yourself credit for. And the journey ahead of you requires exactly who you already are. There's nothing else you need. So be fierce. You are up for it. What a great way to take care of yourself and ultimately each other.